people just like it. I just know how to switch up my styles.
Who did you work with on the album? Producers, or do you have any other guest artists?
Yeah, on my album I worked with not many producers. Like I don't have every single producer, but my first single was produced. It was called Tada. That was produced by Chef Crawford and Montel Jordan. My second single, which is now considered the first single because the album got pushed back, Superwoman Part 2, that's featuring Fabulous. He's on Desert Storm Records, and that's owned and put together by DJ Clue and Duro, super engineer Duro. I have my production team, Flavorhood, that's who I'm signed to. They're new cats out of Queens. They're just very musically inclined. They're ghetto, but they can play real live instruments. Who else produced on my album? Bryson, that was my best friend, rest in peace. He was of a crew called Nature's Finest, him and Troy Johnson. They did a joint and we did a remake. So I just basically kept it at home with all the people I'm close with because I have a producer's mind. So I produce too, and I know how I want my stuff to sound. And I don't like walking in a session and produce, no, you're going to do this. No, I'm not, because I'm stubborn. That's just me. So I do what I want to do.
So you had a lot of creative control over this album, working in the studio.
I had the most creative control towards the end. Once I proved myself that I could really sing and that people, like the label, let me do what I wanted to do. That was towards the end. The beginning, it was, you sing this, sing this, sing this. And I was just like, I don't want to sing this. But I did it anyway.
What kind of things were they asking you to sing?
It was like, not even really asking me to sing, just songs they wanted me to keep. They were songs that I wanted to sell before. But they, like, I sing big ballads, but I'll save that for later. I don't want to do the big ballads now because then I lose the streets. Right now I want to get the streets. Once you have the streets will always love you because that's my fan base. Then I'll get the other people, like the other audience. I'm not talking about race, no color, no nothing. But I'll get the bigger audience, the Radio City Music Hall, another time because you got to get the streets first. That's how Mary won. She locked the streets down and she consecutively always does 2 million off top. So they, like, the streets, once they got love for you, everybody else have love for you. Because you'll lose on people, but the streets got your back, you good.
Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Long Island, New York, but I'm an Army brat. So my father was in the Army. We done lived in Texas, Atlanta, North Carolina. Jesus, now I'm living right outside of D.C., but I'm originally from Long Island, New York, and then I moved to Queens later on, but I'm a L.I. baby.
So how was it when you were growing up? Did you always know you wanted to be an entertainer?
Growing up, I didn't always think I'd be an entertainer. I knew I was going to be something. I didn't know if I was going to be a lawyer or a superstar, but I really could do both. So I'm going to be a superstar first, then I'm going to go do law. But it was just like, I always just knew how to control crowds and woo people, like, get people to go, like, Dad, I didn't know you could sing like that. I didn't know you, like, people always, I didn't know you. Be like, well, now you know. And so you can pass the word on.
Did you always keep it like a secret, or?
I never kept it really a secret. It was just like, I would show people so they could tell people, then I show everybody, because I like to do stuff in front of big crowds. Like 2 or 3, I'll be shy, but in front of 2,000, I just get the wild out. So I'll tell the 2 or 3 people, then they'll tell everybody else, and then I'll get the whole crowd. It wasn't really a secret. It was just that I wanted to keep it to myself and then show everybody when I had a big enough audience. Not just for a couple of people, because when it's a couple of people, that give you a chance to hear the haters. With a lot of people, the majority are gonna like you. The haters, they gonna start liking you after they see everybody else like you. It's just like a domino effect. Once you get one, they all gonna come.
So obviously you love being on stage.
Yeah, I love being on stage.
What would you say was the best show you had?
The best performance and show that I think that I've had, like by myself, I did a show. I can't even remember that far back because I was doing shows last year. But the best show I've had that I performed with Ja Rule, Put It On Me, when we did the Apollo, the crowd went bananas. But now, that's like when it first came out, they went crazy because that's when it was like, that's when it first started spinning. But now it's in heavy rotation. Now wherever we go, put it on me, say put it on me. Then as soon as I come out, when they go crazy, it's a wrap. Then I just that gives me like, there's this drink called Red Bull. It gives you this rush, like gets you going crazy. That's like my Red Bull. And that's all I live for.
How'd you hook up with Ja Rule?
I hooked up with Ja Rule like around the time when we did Girlfriend Boyfriend. That was like back in '98, because he was one of the featured rappers on it, him and Eve. Then after I met him, I was like, yo, that song that you rhymed on, I wrote that. Then after that, we was doing collaborations, but my album kept on getting pushed back, so that wound up not going down. Then we wound up just staying in touch because we both was living in Queens and just being ghetto together. That's just something I think that was supposed to happen. It's like nothing like, here, your manager wants me to put you in touch with him. It was just like we met on our own free will and pleasure, not just on some, I want you to really do an album with me, like, later for that.
Like, definitely there's a disadvantage to having your managers put you guys together.
Then
It just doesn't feel real.
Yeah, it looks set up, and then you be acting like set up, and it's like, yeah, so call my peoples. No, I'm calling you. Yo, let's do this song together. Let's make it happen. And he could call me likewise. They'll do the paperwork, get the money right, but me and him gonna come up with the song. That's creative minds thinking like.
Who did you listen to coming up?
Coming up, I listen to mostly gospel music, because that's why I don't really consider myself a hip-hop or R&B. I consider myself gospel meets the streets, meets, like, but not like not in a Mary type of way, because them girls is doing their thing. Like, when I do gospel, I want to do it like them, because they keeping it so that the young people like them. But I want to bring, like, gospel music to the hip-hop, to the R&B, but in a ghetto type of way. So my influences growing up were like the Clark sisters and stuff, because they had a way of taking over crowds, because they didn't stand in one place. They would tear up churches and be all over the place. So I watched them growing up. And watching gospel people really help me with my stage show, because they get into it. Like, and if you watch, like, people always, like, maybe they might not sell as many records as they used to, but people will always go to see a Gerald Levert and the Keith Sweat show because they get into it. So I always, like, watch them perform, and just watching, like, the older people perform, because they really get into it. So it wasn't really, like, one main person, but gospel-wise, it was the Clark sisters, and stage show and performance-wise, it would be, like, Gerald Levert and Shaka Khan and Aretha and them, because they make you feel it.
You're obviously influenced by hip-hop. Can you tell me a couple of hip-hop artists that you listen to right now?
The hip-hop artists I listen to right now is Tupac, Eminem, and R. Kelly. Now, everybody says he R&B, but he ghetto, so that's hip-hop to me.
If there was one person you could write a song for, who would it be?
If I could write a song for somebody, I would rather write it with R. Kelly. Me, him, and Nate Dogg. I think that would be so gangster. Or me and him and me and Nate Dogg. Those are the only people that's left that I really, really, like, really want to work with, because I just worked with Snoop, and I just made the Tupac record that they about to put out. So I'm like, oh my God.
How was it working with Snoop?
Working with Snoop was gangster. Like, the Cali people, West Coast people are so cool. They don't have no egos. You go in the studio, they treat you like they knew you all they life. He's like, yo, what's up, Mo? You doing your thing, little mama. I was so happy, because I was, like, so scared that he was this cool, because I'm used to walking in the studio, people just sit there.
Right.
Yeah, yo, what's up? So I'm saying, Mom. Like, no, I'm not with that, because I'm getting money too, boo-boo. And I'm saving, and I have cars and houses. So later for all that, trying to act like you doing me a favor, because I don't need no favors. Like, if it's gonna come, God is gonna give it to me. But working with Snoop was real good, and I plan on working with him some more.
So you're saying you feel as though you have a lot of creative control over at Elektra with Sylvia. Mm-hmm. What is it about Elektra that you feel is a good home for you as an artist?
Well, what makes me feel that's a good home is because I get the creative control. A lot of labels, since they're selling a lot of records, they don't let you. We know what we're doing. Like with them, with Elektra is a lot of the artists there. I'm like a first-time artist. I haven't been out before, but a lot of the artists that are there have been out before. So basically, you know how to maneuver their careers. You know what their audience is. Like with Elektra, we had to start from nothing, build the audience, build up, and they let me have a lot of say-so, because I know how to sell myself better than I think anybody else can. So I think that's what the cool thing is. And then Sylvia, she's like mad cool, so she'd be like, yeah, baby, we go. And Merlin, I call him Merlin, I want to. And then they just listen, and they let me do what I want to do, because at the end of the day, I listen to them, because I know they know how to make it right politically, and I know how to make it right ghetto-tically, because the ghetto understands me, and they know how to make it right so that the other people understand.
Yeah, you have a lot of references to the ghetto. You're very strong on keeping your ties to the streets.
Very much. Even though I grew up in the suburbs, but it's just, I just always been this way. Like, this is not an act. This is not once the camera go up, I'm like, yeah, so have Ellison fax me my paperwork. I'm not like that. Like, this is real.
Have you planned to maintain that? Because a lot of people, once they get in the industry and things just start happening, you get caught in this whirlwind.
Because they're not real. That's the reason why it happens. And when people ain't never had nothing, they don't know how to act when they get it. Because I grew up, I can't say that I had everything, but I wasn't without, because my mother would go out so we could have. So for people, I grew up, I ain't had nothing, then whose fault is that? Because once you turn 16, you could get stuff. And as long as you have good credit, that's for people who got jacked up credit. Because if you have good credit, you can get anything in this world you want. And as long as you put your mind to it, you can get it. Like, People don't use their mind. That's what it is. They don't have common sense. They so much trying to be too street that they don't be like, yo, okay, I live in the projects, but I can't get out. And there's nothing wrong with the projects, but you can make the best of your situation. People just want to live. If you want to live foul, then that's on you. But if you don't want to come up, I'm trying to come up. And everybody that's, like, ghetto is a state of mind. Ghetto is not where you live. People get it twisted. Because I know CEOs who's ghetto, more ghetto than I am. So it's just, ghetto's a state of mind. It's just like how you feel. You just, like, know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. Can't nobody tell you otherwise. You're going to do your thing. Yeah, you listen. I'll be like, okay. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I want to do. That's just me. That's the way it's just independence. But a good talker is the first a good listener, and I listen, and then I'm like, okay. Now I take their ideas, but I make it work for me, because there's some things that people say that I think that the audience, they'll be like, she played us up on that, so I know how to make it so people know it's more believable.
Well, you know, when Mary first came out, there was a lot of talk, especially in the media, that she had, like, no manners, and they used the word ghetto as an insult to her.
And they don't know
Mary was ghetto. What do you think about that? Do you think that's something that might happen to you?
Yeah, it's going to happen, but you see, I think this is her fifth out. She's still here.
Right.
So they can talk all they want, but the same people who hated on her is kissing her butt today. And I hate to say it like that. Say, she's ghetto. She don't have no manners. And that's her, because, like, probably, like, being an artist, people don't understand what we go through. You hear the word no. People don't give you your money. You just like, you know what? I'm going to get it myself. And that gets you respect. Because one thing they can say is that Mary got a lot of respect in this industry. And she could be ghetto if she wants to. I'm going to be the same way, because I'm going to get respect. But I'm not, like, going to disrespect people to get it. Like, if you want respect, you have to first give it. Then people need to read some more books. That's why they wrong. Like, I hear stuff people say about me, like, she acts like a tomboy and this and that. You got to act like a lady. Like, I am a lady. Always, like, I can't change that, but you can't make me, like, you got to take etiquette classes for what? Then that's going to make me look fake. But then my friend, she told me the other day, she said, look at the people who are really superstars. People don't tell Madonna how to act. She went around stripping naked, licking on bottles and doing this. She's still here. Look at, it's a lot of people. Courtney Love, they don't care. People still buy their albums because people, like, I think in the industry, a lot of corporate people try to make you not a people person no more. They try to make you elite and that people can't touch you. But as long as you stay where people feel like they can touch you, they're going to always rock with you. Whether you got a hole in your pants, a hole in your underwears or not, they're going to rock with you because they feel like you one of them. And that's the way I want people to feel about me.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. How important do you think your image is to your success? Because unfortunately, there are a lot of talented sisters out there, but due to the fact that they might not be physically appealing, they don't make it.
This is my favorite question of the day, because I'm going to tell you the recent thing that came up. All right, I'm 4'11". I'm not skinny like a lot of these things. So a lot of people, Mo, you have to lose weight. I said, you know what? I'm not doing what you tell me to do, because my fans like me because I can sing, because I'm down to earth, because my nails is clean, because my shoes is clean, because my clothes is clean. My weight have nothing to do with it. And if people want to know how much, I have no problem. Like, never ask a woman my weight. I have no problem saying that. To me, image is half of it, because image is nothing. Thirst is everything. That's the way I feel about it, because image has something to do with it, but if you be you, that's your image. Like, people could dress you up in a business suit, but you could be ghetto. So to me, that's sometimes image can lie. You can have a false image, and I don't want to be a false image or a false icon. I'm just going to be me. One day I might be fat, one day I might be skinny. Deal with it. You like me for me, don't like me for what I wear. Like, if you just like me for what I wear or how my hair is, then that's the wrong reason why you liking me.
So how did you get put on? Was this a long ride for you to get here today?
Nope. I started in this industry professionally in 1998. It's 2001, so I have 3 years under my belt, and I'm still, like, this is the start of the race. Like, people are like, yo, how did you do this so fast? I'm just like, yo, people, I still have a long ways to go, because trust, I'm still battling things every day, and I'm still going through you have to look like this, you have to do this, and I'm like, if this is what it's about, what I have to look like and this and that, then I'm going to be in and out, and y'all see me on court TV saying, no, you can't handle the truth. So
were you doing talent shows? Like, how exactly, who discovered you? Did anybody?
Nobody discovered me. I mean, like, in high school I did talent shows. I just did it for fun. I was never up by myself. I always had a crew with me. I always roll with a crew, because so everybody can, like, I think it's good when you roll with a crew, because you see different personalities. Like, so all the attention don't be on me. It's probably going to be on me anyway, but you're going to see these are the kind of people I hang with. This is what I do. But we've always rocked the crowd. I got kicked out of school one time for rocking the crowd so much. So it's just like, how did I get discovered? Just chilling, because I wasn't never